So this is about aliveness, um, and aliveness is not for sale. This, what's appearing to happen, is not for sale. Um, it would seem like that everything else in life can be bought or acquired or had or learned or got to. But this aliveness, this just simple, ordinary sound of a voice, sitting, apparently breathing, hearing, it can't be held onto, it can't be had, it can't be acquired, and it's not for sale. It's and the seeking for aliveness, or the seeking to have this, know it, or as if it's something to be had or understood or got, that seeking movement that something is not quite right, or that something is not, there's something missing, that held movement, that that can't be had either. It's just what's appearing to happen. So it's almost like the apparent seeking, the apparent movement towards is what is. And if that's what's being felt and described, then that's what's appearing to happen. And that can't be gotten to. Now, it may want to not be the case. It may feel like it shouldn't be the case. It may feel like there's something wrong, that this, what is, this what's appearing to happen is wrong. But also that would be simply and plainly just what is. So these sorts of gatherings are, in a way, they're a total mystery. They're sort of electrically alive, because there's no agenda to them. There's just a full-on rawness to the sound of a voice. Now, some might say it's like watching paint dry, or that would be better, because at least something would happen after a period of time, that the paint would dry, but that the paint might dry. But this is just totally electric and alive, and whatever is what is. I don't know that there is what is. I don't know that there's just what's appearing to happen. Their words appearing to be used. So this is the sound of nothing, really. And it seems like nothing says sort of that this voice constantly returns to this electrical aliveness, this full onness, where everything is, it's not that everything is even allowed, because there's just what is, whatever is appearing to happen, and that includes everything. And it seems like when these sorts of conversations, there's a sort of an underlying felt sense that perhaps that I am here, and there is a world, and that I have a life, and that I can figure this all out. And it can be imagined that, for example, that in these sorts of gatherings, that something will be revealed, but actually it is in that movement of it will be revealed, or it is, there's the constant feeling that something, there can be, these are general sentences, that something should happen, that something needs to fall away, that something needs to be revealed for what is to be truly what is. And the suggestion being made here is that nothing's going to happen, and that you can't get any closer or further away to this inescapable, unfathomable, utterly perplexing, beyond all words, and yet it appears as the saying of it's beyond all words. So this. So So there's nothing that, you know, if there's something there that's to be asked or said or commented on, just let rip. And that's not advice. But if it's there, if there's something there to be asked, then it's there to be asked, and there doesn't need to be anything. But let's have a go and let's just see what happens. And obviously just click the unmute, or you just put a comment and I'll get to that then also. So whatever is there to be asked is there to be asked. So let's have a go, and let's see what happens.
You hear me?
I can, yeah. How you doing?
Good, good. Just noticed that when I'm usually on these calls, there's just like nothing to say. But there is a noticing of there should be this huge issue about money and about the need of it and about the planning and about the agitation and about all that. And now there's just a relaxing of that. That's like almost like the whole thing still happens, but it's like just there's no energy that comes with it anymore. It's just like, and sometimes things happen, but it used to be like, just this, lots of impulses. And now it's like, I don't know. That's just what's happening. And that's just really different.
Hmm.
And I notice there's wanting to make conclusions about it, either what it means or why it's happening. But there's not even that.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, worrying about money is what is, not worrying about money and that not taken off is what is. It's that's just what's appearing to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. It's not special, or it's just what is.
Yeah, that's special word. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not not
not going
anything.
anywhere. It's just what is then. Not worrying about money. Woohoo! Worrying about money. Maybe not. You know,
Huh?
it's just how it is then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you wouldn't know how to worry about money or not worry about money. It's just what appears to happen. It's just how it is. You know, it's just, there's no one in there doing anything. So there's no falling away then. There's no getting to or arriving at a place where it's just, you know, so everything is included. Whereas I think we're so used to you know, oh, that wouldn't be this then. Worrying about money wouldn't be this. Whereas worrying about money would be this. That would be how it is. Worrying about kids, worrying about whatever, that would be just what's appearing to happen. And can just be the case where the stickiness of all that is not the same. The loop is not the same, but it's not special. It's not anything. It's just what is. It's not special. It's not special. It's not special. You know what I mean? It's not, it's just what is then. It's just what's been described and felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the roller coaster then, is life. Is this. Not some, it's this, so this is total poverty in a way, because it's not a having. It's not anything at all. Because then, who knows? It's total and utter poverty. But that's not a having either.
And now there's just noticing it got mentioned. I mean, just got what came out, but that doesn't. There's no ideas anymore about it. So it feels kind of humorous. Kind of humorous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Frank. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. The word apparently is used a lot, or somewhat. Apparently, there's a body apparently. But the body that I have, or let's talk, the body requires food and nourishment and other things. I won't get into details. So if the body requires some of those things, the apparent body, can you talk a little bit about what's so apparent about that?
Well, apparent is just a word to, I suppose, illuminate or highlight that words are just words. So this then is a apparent body. So this is the body. That's the name for it anyway. And so this is life. This is called life. This what is this isness, or it's called life, apparently. But it doesn't make it a thing that's over there that's called life. So so it's not like so then we can just say, well, it is life though. This is life, but it's life apparently. And this is the sound of a voice. Apparently, that's the name for this. But it's all whole. Whole. This is wholeness. And so I suppose it just doesn't matter, like, but it's just a word to kind of point to that there's no definitive, it's no exact things. There's not like certain things that are, well, this now is knowable and this is not knowable. So it's like body. Well, it's apparently body. Okay, we've all agreed that it's body. But it's not like, it's not a thing. So apart or other than, it's like this is apparently a voice talking. Well, that's the naming for this voice talking and hearing. But it's not like it then can explain, doesn't explain anything, because this full electric aliveness includes now an apparent conversation about body and apparently. So like this here. So whatever then words, it seems like when words are used, it seems like then we can talk about a thing, but there are no things. There's just, well, there's just what is. So then body, table, sound of a voice, whatever. Apparently, that's the name.
So is there no difference between a body and a computer or a table or a banana?
It's all energy. this is whole as appearing as not, there's not, it's only really the person that believes, well, that's special and that's not special, and body is, well, the body is really important, and the tables, that's in the degrees of importance way down. But it's all this energy, and there isn't then a thing apart over there that it can be known as energy, because like there's a voice then saying this is energy. That's this, but there isn't a difference in anything. There's just, but then you could say then there's apparent differences. So, but that can be described. So hands and voice and face and whatever. So this is totally whole, but it's not like even containable as a whole. It's just everythingness, energy, or whatever.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. You see, really then everything is mystery. And so then you see what we're used to is that, oh, well, Frank knows that it's a mystery. Frank doesn't know anything. Frank doesn't know what he's going to say next, or what words are going to come out of his mouth and how they're going to be described. Hope that it's coherent, but there's no knowledge required about this. So it just seems like certain sentences, words appear to be used, and it's sort of free. It is free fall. And even in this sort of wild chaosness, there's not big, glamorous, crazy words used. It's all really seems to be sort of, let's say, earthed or frank. And it's not, and it's very down to earth language. And that's what seems to be used, you could say. But it's this is total unknowing then. And really that's what's there. It's just that we're so used to maybe, oh, well, unknowing can be known. In actual fact, there's a sort of a perplexedness with anyone saying anything, really. You know, somebody sent me an email going, how the fuck you saying anything? There's nothing to say. And that's it. There is nothing to say, but I'm not saying anything, but it seems like words are being used, and it seems like a meeting like this is being held. That's what we say. And it seems like then, you know, it's sort of there's a certain style to what's said, but there's nothing known. So in actual fact, all the knowings and the certainties are elsewhere. But it's sort of, the childlikeness never goes. It's just all these held ideas. Imagine there isn't life. This isn't life. So I love that sentence. It's not even a thing called life, like. So then where is life, like? What do you do, or what do you say then if you can't even agree that it's life? Well, I mean, we can say that's a good enough name. It seems like a good enough name, but it's in the absence of all those words and namings of things in a way that it's sort of, the mystery is this then. Everything. But it's not like, oh yeah, anyway. So there isn't a separate self in there doing anything. So it won't fall away then. It simply won't fall away. There isn't a self. And that's not this just isn't a self. So there isn't a self worrying, there isn't a self wondering, there isn't a self seeking. But seeking worrying and wondering can be how this and zillion other things can appear to be.
So does that mean that the words that are being used to describe are not really describing anything at all?
They're not really describing anything at all, no.
Oh,
They're, in essence, really, you could say this is sort of electrically alive as the suddenness of just hearing a voice, this. And it's a sort of, it is as, and this is kind of technical, but it is as talking, not what's being said. It is asking asking that question. Now, it's this, like, including everything. So nothing at all, like it's is being described, really. That's what seems to constantly, and the only thing that you could say this constantly returns to is just this immediacy. You could say that that's how this seems to go, and the voice seems to return to that. But that's not even then a noble thing. But there seems to be that sort of way of returning to this immediacy constantly. That seems to be how it goes, anyway.
thank you. Wow.
Thank you. I've got a question here. Hi, Frank. Could you speak about the constant newness of what is and how that might or might not relate to the apparent story? So this newness or freshness can also appear like, another meeting. I can't believe another fucking meeting. Fucking that's another meeting. I wasn't going to come to another meeting. Another meeting. I know what he's going to say. I know that would be this newness. I know he's going to say whatever, and I'm fucking sick of it, and I can't believe I'm here. That's this newness and freshness. That's this incomparableness that can't be held onto. That's the flower petal falling on the ground, but it appears as this is bullshit. Like that's this freshness. But what we want when we hear freshness and newness, well, I can say what I wanted everything to be sparkly. The trees are definitely going to be better trees. The walls are going to be brighter. Everything's going to be more, because I more gather, more. And that can't be this, like, oh, tell me. He's fucking telling me it's this again. Well, that's what he appears to be saying, that it's this. It appears like the voice, nothing is saying it's this. And nothing then it might ask a question or wonder about that. And this could sit and speak less or not say anything at all. It seems like words come out then. So that's this newness and then our freshness, and it's everything. This is constantly falling through the senses as everything, never to be caught, never to be held onto, and yet obviously wanting to hold on to moments, wanting to push horrible things away, run from them, is life, or is what is. it cannot be fucking this. Is what is. And that's this, and you can't do it or not do it, but that's what is appearing as it cannot be fucking this. Fully, totally, and completely. And so there's no need, there's no requirement to believe that or not believe it. Because what's there to believe in? It cannot be this. Is this as it cannot be fucking this? It's awful. I'm not even laughing. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus.
Sometimes there's this feeling of relief when, I guess, when there's a hearing of it's just this. It'll just be this, like, it's just, I don't know, that's the word that comes up. And then it doesn't last very long. So it doesn't last very long, but it's like, oh, wow, it's just this. Then it's almost like it's too simple.
Hmm. See, it can't be gotten. So I don't know that it's just this. It just appears like the words "it's just this" are used. I don't have this. It can't be had. It appears like whatever is. It's just that there isn't anyone in there that can have this. So no one finds, but there's no one seeking. It's just seeking, and apparently no longer seeking. Let's just say, and what's left is, well, whatever is, like there always was. It's so nothing. Even if there's a sniff that it's something nearly, it's sort of it's can be held on to. Then it's just nothing. Bathed and washed and swept away by nothing. So nothing happens. And that can't be digested or accepted or gotten then. You know, there's no going around and going, oh God, there's nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to accept that. That's another thing to go and do. You know, it's constantly like, well, I just give me that then. But that's just what is. That's just appearing then as that. It's you just never did a thing. Things appeared to have been done. So you didn't ask that question, but make that comment, but that comment appeared to be made. You're not doing the hearing of this, but hearing, well, may be happening. And it's just unfathomable that you don't have to do anything. And it's just that there isn't anyone in there that can do or not do anything.
Well, that feels relaxing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank?
Oh, yeah.
Hi. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for the meeting.
Thank you.
And it's a relief not to be special. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Frank, I have a question.
Sure.
Are thoughts and feelings related?
Thoughts, they're just what they appear to be. Thoughts and feelings, just whatever, just what they appear to be. But what's mostly said is, oh, well, one, there's causality, and then we're in the story again. It's just what they appear to be. It's energy as thoughts and feelings as centerless life, like just, so whatever is then feeling relaxed, feeling, thinking about that, feeling really tense, thinking about that and wishing not feeling tense. Just exactly what it appears to be. And there's no explanation then to make it all. There isn't an explanation for anything like.
Yeah, it's just story.
They're trying to give any kind of explanation is a story, and it's always a finite amount of story. But really, that story, if it was to be told, has to be endless. Because at what point did it really start then? You know, it's just a story.
Right.
It's just a story. It's a boundless story. Thoughts are this. So what are thoughts? Are a real thing called thoughts, and that's the word anyway. And feelings are real feelings. I can say that this is energy as everything, unfathomable everything.
So is it like I don't even know how to put this into words. So it's just like maybe a cloud and a blade of grass.
It's whatever. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's like there could be no connection. As like, well, everything is. I mean, there's no separation, right?
There's just no. It's like a big blob of everythingness and thoughts, feelings, sound of a voice. Thoughts are just bloody rah 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 rah. But even trying to get into then thoughts and their patterns and the loops and all that, it's just another back in the psychoanalysis game of thoughts being things. And you can control your thoughts and you can think positively and think negatively and all that. There's nothing wrong. I don't have any kind of thing about all that. That's just another what is. That's just another what's going to happen. There isn't anyone in there who has thoughts. There's just thoughts. That's unbelievable. That's amazing. And there isn't anything in there that has feelings, has them, but there are feelings. There isn't anyone in there that has life or this. There's simply just nothing in there. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
All this happening without good old me, like all the thoughts. Do you mean to tell me that all the thoughts are just happening without good old me? I mean, but you don't know how to think, like. How do you do thinking? Now, Frank, How do you how do you do feelings? How do you do feeling hurt or feeling vulnerable, feeling in love? How do you do that? How do you do anything? So full on life, not a picture of life, not an image of life, full on ordinary, extraordinary, this. So whatever the fuck is happening is this: thoughts, feelings, laughter, delight, ease, tension, everything. No, it needs to be this or that, and it's always that. But that can't be any other way. That's just how it appears to be. It's this like inexplicable, unfathomable life, or whatever. Call it whatever you want. So thoughts aren't good or bad. Thoughts are thoughts. Feelings aren't good or bad. Feelings are feelings.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so you could tell a story that everything is connected and everything is disconnected, or some things appear more connected than others, but it'll be a story. There is only this wholeness, this energetic whoop, this whatever. Appearing as just this, like, just voice, talking, couch, wall, glasses, and going like this. Mouth opening and closing and sounds coming out. Unknowable life, like, appearing as staying unknowable life. This. But then there won't be a certain part where it'll be, okay, well, I get that part. I get, obviously there's other stuff I don't get, and that's totally fine. There isn't any part that really holds, and no story for anything holds together it, but stories appear to be, will appear to continuously be told, and life just continues exactly, unfortunately, exactly as before. It'll be a little bit better. I'll be relaxed about such and such. They won't annoy me anymore. They might annoy you more. You might tell them to fuck right off. I don't know. Or you might just go, oh no, they're lovely. They're lovely, really. I see the inner light and glow. I really see their glow now that I've dropped away and everybody's lovely. Yeah. That last a week. Maybe you might get a day or two out of that.
My friend.
Hiya.
It's a little bit time to ask a question.
Go for
Left.
Go
Okay. I'm not sure about what I want to ask, but it's maybe this kind of stuckness. And I can say what I have 100 times heard in these meetings. I have understood what you say. Well, yeah, what you are saying is like an open book in a way. So I think why talk about there is a person or there's not a person. There isn't a person. Okay, there isn't a person. But there is there is something that seemingly is a different thing between you and me, or us and you, or whatever. It feels like that. And my head goes around this seeking movement or seeking energy. There seems to be a seeking energy in here, and maybe at your place there is this seeking energy, not more anymore. This is the point where I am right now. So I can't get I cannot drop this idea. There's a difference.
There's the difference, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally
This
hear
is,
that. I mean, I used to hang around with Kenneth, and I'd say the exact same thing. But in actual fact, really, it was the imagination that there was the difference. That's what was appearing to happen. It's not like you can drop that or not drop that. You're not doing that. That's just what's appearing to happen. The imagination that there's something different happening here that's not happening there. There's the imagination that there's something happened. That's what is appearing then. That's what is. And that stuckness, that's also what is. So it's not like you can do this wrong, or you know, I could say, well, you can just drop that idea now that there's no difference, because even there's just, you're not holding on to that idea. There's just that idea being held on to. And in actual fact, it's all the imaginations of differences that are they're held sort of pieces of knowledge about this, about what is, that there's a difference there with Frank. Frank has definitely got something. Otherwise, he wouldn't host a meeting. He must have something. And yet, I'm not hosting a meeting. There's just a meeting. And you didn't ask that question. There was just appearing to ask that question. And you won't get this. I don't get that. It's so all those words, there's just too many words. It's an actual fact. If I said nothing, it would be better. But that would also then be seen as he's still got something. Because if there's the felt feeling of whatever happening, then there's the imagination always that something different. And in actual fact, there's everything is different. Everything is incomparable. So there isn't any moment of then comparing, but there comparing then still appears to happen. But everything is incomparable. That question appearing to be asked is incomparable and won't be held on to. This is the timeless just now. And you see, in actual fact, there's just nothing that can be had. There's just no one in there. So that won't drop away then. But that kind of looped pattern can dissolve. I don't know. It could continue. I don't know. But it's a looped belief that's held, even if subtle, that there's some difference. That Frank has just got something in the not specialness. There's something special in the nothing he's talking about. There's something. No,
but
I don't know how to
me,
talk, nor do you. But talking and seeking and
yes, but when I don't, who is there that could help this? You said there is something be held.
there's just what is then. Yeah, that's a better way to put it, is that there's just something. There's that appearing as stuckness. Then that's life, or what is as feeling stuck, and a belief that Frank has got something ever so slightly better. But actually, it's you have that then. That's something then, because without that, that's still that there must be something in this communication. There must be something in this, because in everything else there's something, even if they're saying it's nothing, even if it's repeatedly saying that, there must be something in that nothing. Even that then, nothing is objectified. And that just goes on till whatever. But now, Frank, there is. Now, come on. So then it's funny, like it's amazing. That's the that could plays out just like anything else plays out till. But this is that, it's this like here. So, well, I mean, how do you get any closer or further away to just this? Just the appearing then of, but there's something different, Frank. But I know you're saying there isn't, but there is. That's what is then. You can't get closer or further away to that.
Yeah, and there's a tendency, or I see how there's. What do you speak, and I try to understand what you say, and I follow you in what you say, but obviously it is not in that what you say. It is not in these words you say. Otherwise, I would have gotten it over the last years.
Yeah. If it was just about the
would be.
sentences, yeah. If it was just about these sentences that there is no self and blah, 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 blah. If it was about those, sure, it'd be over. The whole conversation would be over. There'd be, oh, I've got that now. I'm going to move on to practicing knitting. I'm going to get that then. So it's just this. You can't have this. You can't, so it's, I don't have this. In fact, this is sort of totally edgy, scary, phenomenal aliveness, and it's not an image of it. It appears as, and the voice, this, it's stupid saying the voice, but let's just say this voice seems to constantly return to, really, it's not really saying that much at all. Really, it constantly returns to just this inexplicableness where nothing is known. Nothing, though, at all. Not even saying nothing is known is known. Nothing. And it's just there might be remaining sort of ideas, but like the wonder of nothing is that nothing is not a thing. So then I don't know nothing. It's nothing. Like the best word for nothing would be to not use the word nothing, to use no word. That would be better for nothing. But then it doesn't make a difference. Nothing is nothing. I don't know what, you can't have nothing. It's nothing, like. It's this. It's asking that question. It's the fucking seeking. And you could say it's like a kind of round and round, dies and jump back again. It's not like, though, then there's there's an arrival point, and that's not an idea. It's this ordinary, totally sitting on a chair, breathing, talking, fucking seeking, wondering, whatever. There's no one in there now. So who's going to fall away then? And for it all to be revealed. There's no one feeling stuck, but it can appear like the feeling stuck or whatever. It's whatever is.
Thanks, Frank.
but
The
Thank
but
you.
is it?
The but
Fine.
is this as but. This, but the but is this as but.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At the very start, I think I said aliveness is not for sale, and it's not, doesn't need to be had. You can't buy aliveness, but it's not for sale. It's, you can't not have it either. It's, this is aliveness. This is this as whatever the fuck. Aliveness as feeling hungry. I'm going to go and have something to eat. So have a lovely rest of whatever day, evening, morning, or wherever you are. All right. Thank you so much.